Well, hey there, folks. I'm meteorologist Matt Barentine. I hope you're having yourself a wonderful Wednesday out there. It's going to be a nice day. Here are your weather headlines. It's going to be warm and sunny for today. It'll stay dry for a while, and then summer-like heat will be taking hold as we head through the end of the week and on into the weekend and for the rest of the foreseeable future, because it is mid-May, and we know we're going to get into the hot season, and we're going to stay in it for a while. All right, so here's where we're at right now. Futurecast shows pretty quiet conditions through much of the day. A few clouds passing by. It's trying to show 1 or 2 stray showers. We'll see. Much of that I don't think will get to the ground, so you may see a couple drops in your windshield this afternoon, but I would doubt it. So here's the winds today. It'll be a little breezy at times, just breezy, not real windy, but breezy, 20 to 25 miles an hour. That'll help too, keeping things fairly comfortable out there as the temperatures start to come on up here this afternoon. You can see that in the camera shaking there from the Admiral, top of the Admiral Sims there, looking down towards, of course, the SS United States. Here's what it looks like as we head towards lunchtime. Should be in the low to mid 80s, and we'll top out in the mid 80s this afternoon. Once again, the breeze keeping that from being too hot. And mid 80s is right where we should be. I mean, this is the middle of May, mid 80s. The funny thing about May is that we start the month usually in the low 80s, and then we usually end the month right around 90 degrees. So we kind of make that transition from fall, let me get my brain straight, from spring to summer during the month of May. And we can get very hot during the month of May. And it's generally the first month where we really see those temperatures really start to crank on up. And that's what we're going to see in the coming days. Today's not so bad. Like I said, mid-80s Mobile, 85 there, 82 in Pensacola. Look at some of our inland areas, Chatham, Evergreen, Leakesville, getting into the upper 80s here this afternoon. Now, easily going to get up to 90 degrees plus in the next several days in the afternoons for our inland areas. So, you'll get to the 90s first. If you're inland, that's just the way it works out. Closer you are to the coast, you get a little bit of natural air conditioning from the Gulf of Mexico, and we'll be seeing those highs in the low 80s in coastal areas the next few days, gradually rising into the mid 80s. Evening planner looks really great out there. We got temperatures in the 70s, so real pleasant conditions out there for us tonight. Let's check out the buoy out there in Orange Beach. We got water temperature 77. I think we got all the way up to 78 or 79 on this buoy about 2 weeks ago. And then we had the cloud cover and the rain, and it dropped down to about mid-70s. Now it's starting to come back up. So the water temperature is getting a little better if you're planning on heading down to the beach and going for a swim. Now, if you are, we're seeing yellow flags at most of our local beaches right now. Also some purple flags in Gulf Shores and Orange Beach for jellyfish. But whatever beach you go to, make sure, no matter what I tell you here in the morning on Fox 10 News, that you do check those flags when you get to the beach. The local officials can change them for local conditions. So just make sure you always check those beach flags when you get to the beach. And if they're red, please don't get in the water. We should have low rip current risk over the weekend, so that should be improving for us out there in the surf zone. Here's the look at the forecast, and you see the temperatures today. Like I said, kind of like the last day of the warm temperatures. Then we're just going to go plain out hot through the rest of the week and going into the weekend. But this is not terribly unusual. We're not going to be breaking. We're a little above average as we go into the weekend, but we're not going to break any records. Not even come close to records. Most of the records this time of year are in the upper 90s, mid to upper 90s. So we're not going there, thankfully. But we're going to be on the warm side or the hot side, however it's relative to you. Certainly will be toasty, upper 80s to right around 90 degrees. And like I said, some of our inland areas certainly will get to 90 in the coming days and going into the weekend. Of course, the other big thing on there is where's the rain? Do we have any rain chances? And we really don't. We got some really heavy rain Friday and a little bit into Saturday morning, and that was our last good rain. And it may be a while till we see another good rain. So we're going to have a chance to dry out a bit, which, we're doing great on rainfall. Shouldn't hurt things too much, but as we get later into this, in the next week, things will start to dry out a bit. So you may have to do some more watering and that sort of thing, especially stuff that you've recently planted. If you got some herbs growing in the pots and that sort of thing, they dry out pretty quickly, so you got to make sure to water those. All in all, it looks pretty good, but we're going to be lacking in rain over the next week and a half. But we'll have the summer-like temperature. So if you want to get down to the water and get in the pool or to the Gulf or one of the rivers, it looks great for all that. Once again, here's a look at your long-range forecast. It looks pretty good here for us over the next week and a half, just once again on the dry side and on the hot side, but once again, that is fully expected as we move through the middle part of May and go towards the latter part of May. More on their forecast, of course, stay tuned with us all day long here on Fox 10. We'll, of course, keep you updated.